All right, people. We are here at the maternity entrance, and we're expecting. This is the day. How you feeling, baby? Now that we're here.
Feeling ready, honey. I'm still feeling ready. Let's go. Let's get this party started.
Let's get it grooving.
Hey guys, we just got a pickup. It was extreme. Aw, love, the secret to life.
Hi, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name's Abe. This is LaDallas, and
That's La Dallas, like Dallas, Texas.
we'll put
La
something up
Dallas.
there or something. We have two beautiful children. There's Corellis, her firstborn,
Yes, she's gonna be 12 soon.
and then there's Kaylani, which is my firstborn, and it's been
She's almost 5 months. So
been a lot.
On the 16th, she'll be 5 months.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a lot of bags under these eyes, you know.
Not these eyes. These are tight, guys. This is tight. That Monet has me tight. Look at that.
We're gonna be talking about a couple different things here and
Catch you up on
everything.
because, guys, I've tried to get this busy man here to make a video for months. For months.
Hey, disclaimer, I'm currently on my paternity leave right now, so I have a lot more time on my hand. Granted, that's a lazy man way of saying I was busy.
Excuses. Okay. So we have to catch you up. Remember that dream that I told you about, how we were going to do this thing and it was like a fantasy, my labor dream? Remember that? It didn't go as planned. Now, it wasn't bad at all. It went really well, but it was not the dream that I had in mind. I didn't get to walk around the mall. We didn't get to go out to eat. It didn't happen like that. But that's okay. We still had a great delivery. It was fast. 3.5 hours. It was great. So we're going to talk to you guys about that.
Yep.
We're also going to talk to you about a little bit before that, some crazy stuff that happened during the pregnancy. I just blame it on the hormones. And then we're going to leave a few other things for our next video because I'm holding him to doing the next video.
That is right, y'all. So that means there's going to be more, and we'll do our part, or I should say I'll do my part in making sure we are on it, and we produce the videos, and then I edit them so that way they can be up for you guys to view them.
Enjoy them because
Yes.
we are a joy to watch. All right, baby. So why don't you tell them a little bit about the actual pregnancy?
Ooh.
You get into that. How was that for you?
Man, I told her straight up, I feel like she has a virus going on. Like a computer virus.
He literally compared pregnancy, my pregnancy, what I was going through, to a computer virus.
But you guys have to understand, I'm a tech head by nature. I'm a geek. That's just what I am, and I love technology. So it was just easier for me to articulate it based off of technology. So that's where, my underlining was with that. Okay? So anyways.
I think he forgot he was talking to a 6-month pregnant woman with blaring hormones.
I did. And that kind of proves what my point of what I'm talking about. So imagine this. We get married. We're married for about almost a year. It hasn't been a year yet. We postponed our honeymoon for later down the road due to different circumstances. We had to postpone it twice. So when we finally decided to take the honeymoon, we're like end of December going into the New Year's, right?
He's talking about the cruise.
The cruise, yes.
That's what we did for our honeymoon.
So on the cruise, everything was great. We were having a time of our life. And we came back from the cruise and find out she was pregnant. And that first, I would say 3 months was like, okay, wow, this is cool. Where you're pregnant, you have a baby inside you growing. This is awesome. There were not a lot of signs yet because it's early stages and stuff like that.
I
But
just didn't have a lot of signs. A lot of women have a lot of signs in their first trimester.
okay, fair
With
enough.
Corellis, I had severe morning sickness. I couldn't hold anything down. I was not well. For Kaylani, I didn't even feel pregnant. I was literally like, I don't even
Like,
think
is
this
she
is
in
real.
there?
Like, is there anything happening? I didn't have morning sickness. I didn't have anything. The first
Nothing.
3 months were, I was coasting. Let's just be all honest. Everything stayed the same. You know, our intimacy was the same. Like, I was still feeling, excited and happy, and nothing was going on. Like, it was literally like, it was like perfect.
Like normal. So
Like
then
normal, like perfect.
I would say in that time period, that's just kind of what I was accustomed to receiving. And then sometime in there, we started getting little hiccups here and there. I'm like, okay,
Hiccups is what he wants to call
that's what I call them. I'm like, what is in my brain? I'm thinking, man, what is this? What's going on here?
He literally said that. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Like,
what's going on?
what's happening? Everything's okay? Yeah, okay. And it will be like emotional roller coaster galore. Like, we're here at the height of something, we'll have a nice, good conversation. I'll say one thing. I can't remember what it was, but one thing, and it just went straight down to, she started bawling, crying on the bed. I'm like,
I remember. Can I tell them what it was? All right,
Sure,
guys, I'll
sure.
tell you what it was. Ladies, bear with me here because I know you're going to get this. So I've been sending him. I'm a person who does a lot of research. Okay, I like to read up on stuff.
I
I'm
remember.
always reading articles. I'm always reading stuff. I had been watching lots of videos to prepare myself for what was coming. I haven't had a baby at this. It was like 11 years. 11 years that I hadn't had a baby. So I was just preparing my mind, and I knew I wanted to have a natural birth. So it takes a lot of mental strength for that. And I said, okay, let me prepare myself. All right. I tell you that to tell you this. I would share everything with him. I would send him videos.
everything.
I would send him
Everything.
I would send him articles because I wanted him to be prepared. He's a first-time dad. I know
This is true.
that this is going to change our life. And so I'm trying to prepare him. I want us to be on the same page. I want to have his support. So I'm trying to get us prepared. I would say I was probably about 4 months pregnant at this point. 4, maybe 5 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And
Second
so
trimester.
we're in the bed, and I had sent him already several things. This was not the first time that this has happened. And I asked him like if he had read them, and he's like, no, I haven't, but I will. I was like, when? And he was like, you and I just prepare ourselves differently. I'm
Yes.
like, what do you mean you prepare? I'm just preparing myself mentally. And I was like, so you haven't read or watched any of the videos that I sent you? And he was like, no, not really. And I don't know why that made me so emotional. I started crying hysterically. Like,
Instantly, I didn't care. That was the translation. Like, I did not care about what's happening
that's
about
what
the
it
baby.
felt like to me. I was bawling. And when I tell you, I was like, it was like, like I couldn't breathe crying. And he's just standing like,
Hyperventilating, man.
he was like, all right, just calm down, just breathe, which made me cry even more. Cause then I felt like he didn't even care about what was happening to me in the moment. It was a disaster.
Yeah. So then, in that period, I was like, okay, so I know typically in these type of moments, these are the things that I would say or do to kind of soothe her, or, just like, this is what I was programmed to do, right? So like a computer virus, it just jammed up, messed up everything. And I did not understand what to do at this point. Like, nothing I could say or do was resolving this scenario.
So a few weeks later, we're in the car and we're driving, and he's telling me like I've changed, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I haven't changed. And he's like, yes, you have. You're changed. Like, I don't know how to deal with you right now. And he's like, I don't know how to explain it to you. Like, it's like you have a virus inside of you. That's what he said, just like that. I'm not kidding. And I was like, what did you just say? Did you just call me like I have a virus inside? You mean the baby? You mean this child growing inside of me is a virus? And we're in the car, and
Like,
he's like,
no.
no, that's not what I meant. Like, let me explain. Well, you know how like a computer is functioning just fine, but then it gets a virus. I'm like, you're not making it better. Like, that explanation does not make it better. What do you mean I have a virus inside of me? And so after a lengthy conversation, I realized what he was trying to say. And I told him I just don't think those were the right choice words at that moment.
Definitely not in the moment. I will still stand to say that it makes sense to someone who is involved in technology. But
Ladies and gentlemen, do you see what I do? This is what I do.
But-
it still makes sense to him.
But I would say, understanding from a mother's perspective and from a wife perspective as well,
Or a human perspective.
or a human perspective, we'll take whatever. But it is different.
Yeah, and like little things like that kept happening here and there. I mean,
Misunderstanding, man.
constant like little things. I know I was extremely emotional. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm postpartum, almost 5 months now. I still feel emotional. I'm still going through my ups and downs. It's not like it's super smooth. Not to mention, I've always been a moody person. Let's be real here. Wow. Okay. If you know me, you know I can be moody. So on top of that, for those of you that are like into signs and stuff, like I was born in July, so I'm a Cancer. Cancers are known to be moody anyway. So pregnancy hormones do not help with that at all.
And if we want to throw out the signs, I'm a Leo, born in August, so we're actually on the opposite side of the spectrum. So it's kind of ironic how this is happening here, and we've made it work.
Okay. So that was kind of pregnancy.
Yep.
Preparing for the baby, deciding where she was going to be, how we were going to do that. A lot of decisions have to be made. Is she going to stay with us? Do we need to get a third bedroom? Should we move? So that was our idea. That was another thing we had that was stressful. We live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and we were going to move to a 3-bedroom. Our lease was up in August. The baby was due in September.
Yeah.
So I was going to be almost 9 months. I was going to be 9 months when we were moving to a 3-bedroom. So last minute we decided we're not doing that. It's too
Not
much.
happening.
Let's just wait. The baby's going to be in our room anyway. 2020 was not ideal. So our baby shower was a drive-through baby shower.
Yep.
And so that's just what we did. That's how we had to play out till the rest of the year.
It was fun. Shout out to all the ones that did what a hike. Some people came from Orlando.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all. We just thankful for everyone that came.
Yeah, everybody's love and support.
show their
People
love.
mailed gifts. People sent money.
Yeah.
That's always welcome.
I'll be honest. Getting married, I've never seen so much love and support from just people in general. Like, we'll post something random, and there's just so much love and support from your families, friends, her family and friends. It was a lot.
You guys love us. I know it. We can tell. Like, we feel it.
Yeah, because we're very humble and,
So humble.
But yeah, it was amazing.
Okay, so baby shower.
Baby shower.
So now we're at we're in July. We did the baby shower late July because his brother was going to be down here, and we can't do the baby shower without Big Bro John. Like, it just can't happen. Like, hello.
That's my bro.
Yep. So there's a backstory to that, which we'll get to later. John has like replaced me basically in our relationship for most things, of course, because he can't handle all duties.
Well, I would hope not. But that is my brother. He's my blood. He is my older brother. I have a couple older brothers. Well, him and Corey.
But Corey doesn't come around much, so maybe after Corey watches this video, he'll come around more often so he can make it in the top 2 again.
Okay. Hey.
Corey's also a Leo. Can't get away from them guys, see?
Nope. But I would say, leading up to the actual delivery, we had a lot of scares,
We did.
We had a couple scares. One scare, I don't know if you remember this one, but it was where she didn't felt the baby move for a couple of days, which was not a normal thing, because she was feeling the baby almost every single night, and a couple of days throughout the day and throughout the night, she wasn't feeling the baby move. And later did she do research to find out that's actually something that could be normal depending on what the baby's doing or the growth or the movement of the baby. But
Yeah, or sometimes like the baby might have moved and you were distracted, like you're watching TV or you're talking to somebody or you're working or whatever it is, and you're not feeling the baby move. And it's not because the baby's not moving, it's because you're not aware of it. So I think Monkey told me to take some M&Ms or something. I ate some and it worked. Like she started moving.
Monkey
pretty
is one of
much-
her best friends as well.
Yeah, who's a Leo also. They're just everywhere. So that was kind of scary. And then I started dilating, remember?
Yeah,
Early.
that's right.
And we didn't realize.
Super early.
Yes, I was, 32 weeks?
Could have been even before, to be honest.
'Cause I was having pain.
You were having pains. You felt like the urge to push. And like, man, that's super early. What do you mean?
Yeah, and I was feeling tightening at night. I would wake up to 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. All the time at night, I was waking up with tremendous pain. I would have to do exercises like stretches. I would
And now we know why.
Yeah, I would have him rub my back because my back would hurt so much. And so apparently I was already dilating because by the time that I went for my 34-week checkup to the doctor, I asked them, they usually don't check so early. And I said, can you please check? Because I had so much pain. And in that past month, I had been in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Literally, pretty much every night, I want to say I was going through some type of discomfort. And I was feeling so much pressure down there. And when they checked me, they said I was 4 centimeters dilated. 4. Okay, you need 10 to have a baby. 4 centimeters dilated. I mean, it
Almost
was
halfway there already. Like,
and, yeah.
what?
So they had to keep me pretty closely monitored. I started going to the doctor pretty much every week, I think, after
We went
that.
to the hospital probably twice.
Twice.
Because of the dilation, and both times she got further along dilated. And the
I
last
started having
time,
contractions like
Yes.
closer and closer together.
and the last time we went, they were like, you know what? At this point, we're going to induce you and schedule you out to actually have the baby and everything like that, which was, I think, it was a good decision.
Yeah, because I mean, by the time I went, I was 38 weeks when I went the last time, and I was 5.5 centimeters dilated at that point. But I wasn't having contractions enough in order to go into labor. And so we were waiting for my water to break. My water never broke. Same thing happened to me with Corellis. My water never broke either. And I had to be induced with Corellis. The difference is that this time I wanted to be induced naturally. So all they did was break the water and that was it. I wanted my body to do the rest. And it sure did do the rest. With Corellis, I was younger, not as experienced. So they put Pitocin to try to make the process faster.
Yeah.
And now that I think back on it, my body didn't need it because with Kaylani was, after they broke my water,
That was
like
it.
8:30.
Because literally, they broke the water. So check this out. They broke her water. Then
Which was, by the way, if for those of you that don't know what that is, it's like a faucet. I don't know what people talk about. Oh, when they break your water, it's like a trickle. Maybe naturally, if it happens to you naturally, and maybe it's a trickle of water, but
nope,
it was like
it was gushing.
gushing out.
Those gushies, little gushers, like one of them.
Ew, nobody's ever gonna eat those. Like that. Yeah, it was like I couldn't believe it. It was just not like, and it came out 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and it kept draining,
Kept draining out. Yeah, so
We have a video of part of it, and then she had this little special ball that she got, where she was sitting on it, kind of.
it's just a yoga ball.
Yeah.
That's all it was. And I would sit on it, and it helped tremendously. It helped alleviate my pain so much. I'm so grateful for that ball. Shout out to Shania.
Hey.
Because it helped me so much. Even here at the house, I was still working. I was working from home, and I would sit on the ball while I worked. I would wake up at night, sit on the ball because the pain was killer.
Yeah.
But nothing like that day. So what happened was we went to the hospital, right? We're 38 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor says, listen, you're pretty much ready. Let's go ahead and induce you. You don't need to hit the 40 weeks. Like, you're ready to go. The baby's weight, everything is healthy. So we went ahead and we scheduled it for the following week, which was 39 weeks. So September 16th, we scheduled for us to be induced. And so we were supposed to be at the hospital at 6, right? But we didn't make it at 6.
It was supposed to be super early in the morning, which honestly, we should have been there early, but it wasn't needed.
So we ended up at the hospital around 7:15. By the time they did paperwork and everything, I was probably in the room by 7:45ish.
Yeah,
8 o'clock.
probably.
Within 30 minutes, they went ahead and broke my water.
And literally, this one here, she told them straight up that her plan is not to have any medicine, nothing, no epidural, nothing, nada. One of the nurses was like, "Really? You sure?" Well, good for you, good for you. I had one, and I'm, you're a strong woman for that.
She was like, I don't see a lot of women come in here, doing that. Like, that's really good. I think you can do it. She was so sweet. She offered me like lavender oil. Like, I already had my peppermint essential oil. She brought me a lavender one that she had.
was awesome.
She put it all over my robe. Like, you could just smell the lavender. It actually was helpful. We did put some worship music on in the background.
Yeah.
I don't know why. The only song I wanted to listen to on repeat. Do you remember what it was?
Ooh, I don't, but we'll play it here a little bit so you can hear it.
You don't remember it?
I don't remember the name. I remember how it sounds, but I don't.
How
remember
does it
the
sound?
Name. It was.
You don't remember? Baby, Blessed by Carrie Joe.
Yeah.
The
Oh
Blessing?
yeah, the blessing with your children and your children
And your children?
and your children. Yeah, your generation.
You can tell guys how
Yeah.
spiritual this man is right here.
I am. I love God.
He is. I know he does. I'm just teasing you, right? Yes. The only song I wanted to listen to for some reason was The Blessing. Like, I had a whole playlist and I didn't want to hear anything else. Like, I don't know what it was about that song. I think it was because it like speaks on to generations and generations. I wanted to speak that over her life. I think I had that really in my head. And so I literally zened into that song. I zened in so much that I would sleep when my contractions weren't there. Do you remember that?
Yeah, you got knocked out. You knocked yourself out.
I would fall
but-
asleep. I would zen in focus so much. I'd fall asleep and then I would wake up with the contraction. And I would fall back asleep and wake up with the contraction. It was crazy.
Yeah, I got some of that too as well.
Yeah,
So.
until the contractions.
Ooh, yeah, there was a point where I was like, whoa, this is it? Because there's a point where she was starting to feel a lot stronger. They were coming on more often. And she definitely was like, oh, like she was getting shook. Like it was getting real strong. So at a point, she was actually going to request to get the epidural. And it was like, is it too late? Is it too late? And they were like, not too late, but you got to let me know.
No. She said, we don't know if it's too late. We got to check you.
We got to check. And, yes. And then
and
she
they
left.
checked, and it was 8 centimeters. When she left and came back and checked,
By the
it was
time
8
they
centimeters.
checked, it was too late at that point. And I was like, no, you gotta go. And but she was like, but this is what you wanted, right? This is. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. So at that point, I had to go into like Abe mode and like, all right, what can I do to soothe you? I started grabbing pillows. I started, turning up the music. I was like, hey, do you want me to just be here by your hand? What is it that you need? And try to encourage her.
At least for me, everybody's story is different. When the contractions get to that point, they're not just painful because they're strong. They're coming on often.
Yeah.
And so in the beginning, I had hard, extreme, difficult contractions, but I had like 4 minutes to rest between each contraction, 5 minutes. Okay, you fast forward, you're 8.5 centimeters. That pain is coming on every like 15 to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like it changes dramatically. And so at that point, your body is telling you, okay, we're ready. And so what happens is your body is preparing to push out this baby. Your body will push out that baby. Like
Regardless.
you're going to push.
I've seen that firsthand.
The urge to push is real. Like, and this is going to sound gross, but if you've ever had to go to the bathroom and poop really badly, not that I would know because I don't do those things. There's a point where I hate to do visuals, but it's like it's right there, right? It's like about to come out, but it wants to come back in, and you just say, you know what, you're coming out, sucker. And you go, oh, and you finish pushing that thing out, right? Is that not what we do?
I
mean, not we. I don't. You people.
It's a thing.
So it's kind of like that. I would say the urge, like it's gonna happen. It's gonna come out. And you have the urge within you to push it out because it's uncomfortable and it's painful. But breathing through, for me, those last 2 centimeters was extremely difficult because I couldn't catch a break.
I would have to remind her, hey, breathe.
Yeah,
breathe,
I felt like I was
breathe.
going to pass out.
Imagine the water hose when you're watering the garden or whatever, and you put your thumb right in front of it to add pressure. That's how it was for her with breathing.
It was so difficult.
Yeah.
It was so difficult. Definitely all mental. Same thing like when you're working out, if that's happened to you guys and you haven't been to the gym in a while and you're working out and you're supposed to like breathe through and you're like, and you don't catch your breath, like you can pass out. That's how I felt. And then I was sweating tremendously. I remember I started sweating profusely.
I was like, what?
And I was hot.
Yeah.
Remember that? he found the little folder that they give you when you come into the room. I was like, get that. And I was having him fan me because I started having hot flashes in the middle of having a baby. It was just a lot of stuff going on at the same time. But I have to say, he was amazing. He was amazing because mentally he didn't let it get to him. And so because mentally he wasn't, and physically he didn't show me weakness either, I was able to rely on his strength. And he kept reminding me, like, this is what you wanted. You got this. You can do this. Like, you're almost there. Look at you. You're such a warrior. Wow. It was awesome.
So remember that time when I said I was preparing my mind mentally? It was for that moment.
Oh my gosh. You didn't know it was going to be like that.
But
took you by surprise.
But that was the scenery that I'm preparing my mind for. I'm prepping myself.
All right.
You know, something's gonna come up. How am I gonna react? I'm gonna have to check my emotions.
You did good.
And that's what we do.
You did a good job. He was very helpful. I could not have asked for a better partner in delivery. I was very afraid that he wasn't going to be prepared because he hadn't been reading any of the articles or the YouTube videos that I sent him. So how could he be prepared?
And remember, it was during COVID.
Mm-hmm. So you were off of work a lot more.
I was off work more often, but also they only allowed one person in the room.
That's true.
And you had to do the whole COVID test and everything like that. Yeah. And then once you do that, you cannot leave. Like, you're there until everything is done. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't literally come and go. I probably, at a certain point, I was able to leave to get some of the stuff to come into the car. Mm-hmm. You know, but beyond that, it was like, you're not leaving. Like, you have to stay.
Yeah. I mean, and you really didn't have much time to leave anyway, even if you did. Like, it was fast, guys.
It was quick, y'all.
I mean, by the time that we were in there, it was like 8:30.
Think about it. By the time they pour water, we probably were still in there for maybe 3 hours, and then we're done.
Oh, like 3.5.
3.5.
The baby was born at what time? Do you remember?
11. Hold on. It was 11, 19, or 11, 12, or 17. I know it was one of those.
It's 11:17.
Ooh, see? Multiple choice, baby.
I broke my water around like 8:30, 8:45, so it wasn't long. It was.
And the crazy part, though, that I remember during that was, like, when it got extreme where she wanted that epidural, like, she was literally feeling the urge to push. She said, I have to push. And then obviously that's when all the nurses and everyone started coming in, and you had a nurse literally holding her, stopping the baby from coming through.
Well, that was why I thought I needed the epidural. The pain was getting so intense and so fast, and I felt the urge to push, and she told me I was only 8 centimeters. I said, you know, they say that each centimeter can take anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, depending on the woman. Mm-hmm. With Krellis, that was average. I was about an hour. I was like, I can't go through this for another 2 hours. I'm going to pass out here.
Yeah.
And I told her, I already feel the urge to push. And she said, you can't push yet. You're not ready. The doctor's not even here. She left when we told her that I felt the urge to push, because I told her there's no way I could do this for another 2 hours, that I couldn't get any type of medication at that point. She left. She was gone for maybe 30 minutes.
She was gone for a bit. Yeah.
Called the doctor, whatever she did. When she came back to check on me, I had already started pushing. Like, I tried not to really hard, but I couldn't help it. Mm-hmm. And I would tell him, like, that's when he saw me that I was not, you know. Yeah. When she checked me again, I think that's when she realized, she said I was crowning. She left and came back within 2 minutes with like 5 or 6 nurses, people setting stuff up. She got the light, pointed the light. They prepped my
Everything
legs.
moved so fast.
I mean, it was really quick.
At that part, I can see the baby's head peeking out. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. Like, yo, I'm gonna have to deliver this baby. What? Like, that was going through my brain before, you know, the nurses started coming back in. I'm like, I'm gonna have to do this. I'm like, what? So I got stunned a little bit. I don't think she realized I did, but it was like, it got that real.
I didn't notice that because I was in a lot of pain, so I'm definitely not paying attention to anything going on. And literally, I pushed. She was like, try not to push, just breathe. I was like, I am breathing. Like, what else do you want me to do? Within 2 minutes, I felt the urge to push again, and the doctor walks in the door, puts her gloves on. I know this doctor. She's been my OB for like 4 years now. She sits down. She's like, all right, Lidalis, you ready? Okay, great. Take a deep breath because you're about to push. Deep breath, deep breath. Okay, go, push. 1 push. Great, the baby's head is out. Like that. And then take another breath. This one's going to be big. This one's going to be a big one. Yep. Second push, the baby came out.
It's
like
crazy.
that. Incredible.
Crazy.
Why the heavens opened and Kaylani came out. Baby
out.
came out first.
Yeah.
They put her on my chest immediately because I didn't want her to be touched or anything. They literally
Correct.
just put her on my chest with a towel, and I still feel tremendous pain. I'm in a lot of discomfort. I'm still shaking from the adrenaline and my body, you know, trying to cope with the pain. I'm still sweating, and
I was scared because the first time she ripped, so this time she did not rip, but I also got freaked out because what was called postpartum hemorrhaging.
I did not know that the post hemorrhaging that he's talking about was happening.
Yeah.
And so what were you seeing on your
So
end?
on my end, it was just literally, again, like a faucet just pouring out blood. I would say if I had to calculate just based off of what I've seen, it was probably about almost four quarts, I would say, of
Yeah,
blood.
it was a lot
It was
of
a lot. It was a lot. So much so that they were prepping just in case they were hoping not to do a blood transfusion and everything like that. So it got pretty real. The doctor, props to her, she was very swift and knew exactly what to do, got everything prepped, stopped the bleeding a little bit and then started again, and then was able to fully get a handle of the whole situation and just stop it completely. So, which was amazing. So
Yeah, a lot of discomfort for me. Yeah, because she was putting some liquids and some stuff down there to cut the bleeding.
yeah,
and it
that brown chemical.
Burned
Oh,
tremendously. It felt like it was on fire down there. So that was not fun at all. Very painful. I tried really focusing in on the fact that I had the baby, but it was really hard to take that moment in when you were going through pain. And so I was actually talking to Monkey about this, and she was telling me like she had epidurals and she literally enjoyed her birth. Like she enjoyed delivery. She enjoyed, like, she had fun. They did this, they talked, like such a different experience. I've never experienced that because I also had a natural birth with Krellis. And if I have another baby, I'll have another natural birth because that's what I choose for my birthing process. I don't like the idea of, an epidural, a freaking needle that's like 10 inches long going in my back. I can't. It makes me too anxious just the thought of it. And then your other options that they give you is basically opioids that you're sticking into your bloodstream, which affect your baby. And I don't want that either. I did notice something was wrong because at one point he walked across and I saw his face, and his face changed when he looked down. Like I knew something was going on. And then the doctor explained to me, I guess at that point she had already been trying for a while and she wasn't able to control it at that point just yet. She was like, Glidalis, just so you know, I'm trying to control some bleeding that's going on here. And so she kept me in the loop of what was going on.
Which was awesome.
And then that explained, all the burning sensation that was going on. And, the goal was to control the bleeding so I wouldn't have to go into and get a blood transfusion or anything like that. So, wow.
I would say I am proud that I did not faint. I am proud that I didn't get flustered. I did cut the umbilical cord.
Yes.
Which is weird, I would say. If those who want to know what it feels like, it's as if you're taking a pair of scissors, and cutting through a rubber band or a rubber tube. That's what it felt like.
A rubber tube. You did a good job.
Yeah.
What about me? You haven't even said anything about me.
Well,
me doing a good job or anything. I'm over here like, right, hyping this man up like he did so good. What a wonderful
she's
man.
always
I'm over here.
amazing.
I gave freaking natural birth. I haven't even gotten anything. Just
Nah,
waiting.
she was strong. She was.
Well, now you think I want to hear that?
Well, you were strong. It's the truth. You know.
I know.
She was literally like, I told her in that room, like, she did so good. You did so good. I was just rubbing her head, just kissing her, just like, oh my God, you did so good. I'm very proud of you.
I remember he kept calling me a warrior.
Yeah.
And anybody that he talked to on the phone, he's like, yo,
she is
Dallas
a warrior.
Is a warrior. I was
Yeah,
like, he made me feel like, you guys remember Xena, that TV show?
Xena, wow.
Xena, the warrior princess?
Wow, that brought memories.
That's what I felt like. I felt like I was Xena.
Yo, but she definitely championed that, yo.
Yeah.
And I tell her all the time, like, she embodies what a woman is. Like, the essence of a woman, you look up in the dictionary, woman, you're going to find Little Dallas there. Like, that's
baby.
just...
Okay, all right. He made up for it. That's good. Brownie points all the way.
Man, it was it was an experience. That's what the best way I can describe it. It was an experience for me.
And now that I'm talking about it again, I've got all those feelings. Like I'm not ready to give birth again. I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, it was awesome though.
Yeah, and Kaylani is beautiful and
Oh
healthy.
my goodness, she's
and-
so beautiful.
Yeah.
We'll throw up some pictures for you guys. Boom, 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 boom. But she's amazing. I would be honest, let's talk about the post-pregnancy a little bit.
Okay.
Well, actually, we're getting into a lot of time here. So how about this? We do it again. We do another sit-down video, and we'll talk about the post-pregnancy, our experiences, our child bonding experiences, what that looks like for us, and
Bringing the baby home. How that went.
meeting
Corellis,
family.
Meeting her sister for
It was
the
still
first
COVID,
time.
guys. So how do we interact with everyone in the world? All of that
Yeah.
we'll touch on. So, yeah, stay tuned.
Bye, guys.
Bye.